Mao campaign. Golfing in the snow is not right.
It was the one day he thought it could be.
Oh. It'd be hard to find. You would have to have the foot wedge.
The fun part is the cart. Yeah.
All right, what's the Disavow Mao campaign?
If he would have golfed today, that's what I would have started.
All right, I have 6 p.m. We'll call this village board meeting to order. If you all please join us in a moment of silence. And the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Clerk, would you take the roll, please?
Trustee Gerger.
Here.
Trustee Detmers.
Here.
Trustee Charo. Trustee Scherzo.
Here.
Trustee Mao. Mayor Kimsey.
Present. Any public announcements this evening? Couple here. We want to extend our thanks to Craig Knapp and Meyer for their generous donation and support with our canine and our crime prevention programs. And also a thank you to Ethan Manning for another generous donation that he made to our canine programs. So those are much appreciated, and we thank them. Also, we received a thank you. The U.S. Census Bureau hereby recognizes the Village of Chatham as an invaluable member of the 2020 Census Community Partnership and Engagement Program. We appreciate the efforts you made in making the partnership program a success and helping achieve a successful 2020 census. So, gratitude from the Census Department for everybody filling out their forms. Any public comments on agenda topics?
None emailed in.
Entertain a motion to put the consent agenda on the table.
Make that motion.
Trustee Scherschel's made a motion, second by Trustee Gerger. Discussion? Hearing none. Mr. Clerk, take a roll.
Trustee Gerger.
Yes.
Trustee Detmers.
Yes.
Trustee Charo. Trustee Mao. And Trustee Scherzo.
Yes.
No old business. Under new business, item 1 is a resolution confirming the appointment of Craig Olson to the Public Properties and Recreation Commission for the Village of Chatham. A motion?
I'll make it.
Second.
Motion by Trustee Gerger, second by Trustee Scherschel. Craig had previously served on our Public Properties Commission and had to step aside when he made the unforgivable mistake of moving out of town for a year, but he's back in town and we're going to reestablish that position. So, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Item 2 is an ordinance extending certain liquor license through May 31, 2020 and prorating license fees. Can I have a motion to bring this to the table?
I'll make it.
And you're someplace to be tonight. Motion by Trustee Gerger, second by Trustee Charo. I would like to have a motion to amend this to reflect a June 30th date and proration for half the year. That'll get everybody back on the normal payment cycle.
I'll make that motion.
Trustee Scherschel made a motion, second by Trustee Gerger. Any further discussion? Mr. Clerk, on the amendment.
On the amendment, Trustee Gerger.
Yes.
Trustee Detmers.
Yes.
Trustee Charo. Trustee Mao. Trustee Scherzo.
Yes.
And on the ordinance as amended.
Trustee Gerger.
Yes.
Trustee Detmers.
Yes.
Trustee Charo. Trustee Mao. Trustee Scherzo.
Yes.
Item 3 is a resolution releasing the letter of credit for Cardinal Ridge. Can I have a motion, please? Trustee Charles made a motion. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Trustee Gerger. This releases the $29,000 standby letter of credit at the recommendation of our village engineer.
So they've put everything in they need to put in and everything's good.
They break theirs up into a couple different plats. So I'm assuming that was for the first plat. So they finished all the stuff that's up front. And they had a little bit of money that was left in there. That's what they're closing that one out. They still have sidewalks and stuff to put in the second plat that's to the south.
And there's letter of credits for those.
They do have letter credits for you.
Perfect.
Thanks.
And they're separate?
Did Jim Michael confirm this with you?
No.
He never got back to me, so I read him table it.
Oh, I thought he had gotten with you.
No, he said he wanted to double check. He said prepare it, but I hadn't heard back.
Well, then we should
Okay.
table it.
And I didn't see this yesterday, so I really wasn't able to see the exhibit A either.
That's, the exhibit A, usually the thing that I'll put in there too is the letter from the engineer saying that everything was done. But I didn't have that from Jim. But
All right.
what Greg had wrote as the exhibit
I'll make a
A
motion to table.
was the actual letter of credit.
I'll make a motion to table.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Item 4 is an ordinance amending Title 3 and 7 of the Village Code regarding code hearings and penalties for violations. We have a motion, please. Trustee Charles made a motion,
I'll second.
second by Trustee Gerger. Discussion. Ryan, would you like to
Yeah.
explain your changes? And
Yeah,
Chief Foley?
What we did, well, I'll talk about the changes for the time, and then we'll talk about the fine. Okay. The time constraint was actually kind of hampering us a little bit. The time constraint was hampering us a little bit because what it said originally was that once a violation occurred and like I sent out a violation notice, you always get 10 days to rectify the violation. Okay, so if they don't rectify the violation in 10 days, I have to give them another 30 days to, before I can send court summons for administrative court here at the village. Well, what this does is this, instead of hampering me with a short window of 30 days, it gives me 60 days so that I could have court once a month, always on the same third Thursday like we try to do. A couple times within the last couple of years, and it hasn't happened too much, but I ended up having to bring the attorney back and Scott Caines, and then the code hearing judge, Judge Holmes, back again a second time in 1 month, and that we shouldn't have to do that. So I got with Greg and found out that there was really no state statute. We could set what time frame we wanted. So giving me 60 days to have that done is just a lot easier, and I can get everything done with one court date per month, which
Ryan, would that also save us funds and because you're not having to
Bring the judge.
bring judge a second time and
I guess, yes. I mean, it's more of a convenience thing and,
I get that
and a
part.
little bit of a savings.
okay.
Because, once I call them and schedule court, well, there's $200 an hour for one,
Yeah.
$180 an hour for the other. So if we have them here on one day to do it all at the same time, it is just a lot simpler, and it can be cheaper, yes.
Okay.
There's also savings with the police officers because a lot of these tickets are written by the other shifts. And when those guys have to come back and testify,
It's overtime.
it's overtime for them too.
So it just made sense.
But like if one of them was on vacation, a week that we were gonna have court, having those extra days allows Ryan to find a sweet spot where
Make sure they're.
As far as the fine amounts, I didn't see the final draft, but the reason why is the fine amounts, we want to have it streamlined because the way they were in there before, it would be like a nominal fee or an amount from $100 up to $500. That's a problem. So therefore, we picked a set amount for each fee, so that way it's easier and it's clear cut to the officers where they have to go out and write an ordinance violation. It's a set amount.
Gives them a schedule that they can follow.
And the judge can do more.
Leave the discretion at the judge's level.
and that's a better place to do it anyway.
Any questions for Ryan or Chief Foley? Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Clerk?
Trustee Gerger.
Yes.
Trustee Detmers.
Yes.
Trustee Charles. Trustee Mala. Trustee Scherzo.
Yes.
Any public comments on any village business? Hearing none, no reason for executive session. Entertain a motion to adjourn. Trustee Charles made a motion, second by
Me?
Trustee Gerber. All in favor?
Aye.
Meeting stands adjourned.
Thank you.
9.